Hi, hello, and welcome back to another video. So, as I've shown in my last video, it was a sketchbook tour of my old sketchbook, and now this is my new one. Now, it's been a few days since I filmed that video, but I just didn't have the time to draw in the sketchbook, and I have the time to record now, so I was like, hey, might as well try to film. If this doesn't turn out well, you won't be seeing it, but if it does, well, I guess welcome. Anyways, yeah, let's get right into it. So the first page, now typically how it goes, and you saw my last one, is I have my persona or whatever character I have here, and then I draw like about me or like things I like or dislike, and then the sketchbook goes here, and then the start page and goals go here. I'm probably gonna follow that same format for this one as well, just because it works well for my past ones and it'll work nice for this one as well. And sorry if there's the weird angle. I can't figure out how to put my tripod in a way that's right above. It's like complicated, so you're just gonna have to stick like that. Hopefully you can see my hand doesn't cover, but yeah, okay, let's just get started. I think I'm gonna do my persona maybe here again, or maybe I'll do in the corner. Okay, I'll come up with a pose and then I'll get back to you. Okay, I kind of figure out a pose here, and then I'll have the likes and dislikes or my information and stuff like that here, and then I'll figure out what goes here. But I decided not to film me doing it because I messed up like 50 times and it was complicated. I couldn't figure out a pose, but I just landed on a simple one. So yeah, okay, so here goes I think this is gonna be the information bit here. And then here we'll have the likes and dislikes. Also, I know a lot of people on Pinterest have been asking me about a body tutorial, but I already filmed one a while ago, so I don't really know. I don't really want to film another one again because these days I don't really follow anything in specific. I do it different every time. But as you can kind of see, the outlines that I have here is I typically start with the head as a circle, and then I go a little bit down and then start with a line there, and then kind of form a light shape of I don't know what shape this is. I guess you can call it kind of a square, but it goes more inwards. And then I go of more like triangle shape with little hoops here. And I guess you can, I mostly draw girls, so I don't have like a guy body tutorial, but this is how I draw girls most of the time, and obviously it changes depending on how much fat they have on them. But, and then after I do that, I do like two little cylinders for the cylinders. Is it a cylinder? Okay. Two little ovals or something for the thighs, and then I kind of just wing the caps because I don't really know how to do that, and then little ovals for the feet. And then for the hands, I do two cylinders, another cylinder-like shape here, getting bigger in these elbow areas because I see that's how my arm is, so I just do based off that, except I exaggerate a little bit more for certain things, so it's not completely realistic. And then sometimes I'll draw the light circles for eyes and the mouth and nose placement, and yeah, that's kind of how I draw body. So now that I kind of got a base down for this one, I guess I can go in the detail. And this will be my persona, which is basically me. I plan on drawing her like a full outfit soon, like outfit exploration for her, because I like drawing fashion and stuff. Okay, that's kind of cute. I think that's too big. Anyways, I don't really know what to talk about during this time. I mean, I actually want to say, I appreciate everyone who followed or who subscribed to my channel, because I know I'm not like the most consistent poster but I still like appreciate everyone who's supporting in the comments and like who subscribe, because 1,000 is actually crazy. I mean, I have like I think 9K on Pinterest, but like that's a little bit different because people just follow and then sometimes they stick around, sometimes they don't, so that's over a couple years. But to get to 1,000 on YouTube, I feel like it's a bit harder, even though the art community is pretty big, so it's not extremely hard. But there's so many art YouTubers nowadays, so thanks for coming to mine. Thanks for coming to my channel. Even though, like I said, I won't be the most consistent poster just because I can't, but I'll try my best. I mean, when the opportunity comes up like this, it's kind of easy. Like, the idea just came. Like, obviously I'm gonna post like draw with me of the first page because I just posted a sketchbook tour. Sometimes it's not that easy. Okay, now for my outfit, I think I'm gonna do like a off the shoulder moment. I think it looks pretty cute, even though I don't really wear off the shoulder stuff in real life. I like how it looks like on my character because I feel like it gives a nice like asymmetrical look to it, which I always enjoy. I don't know if I'll speed this part up or not, or if the video is like a decent length, then I'll keep this, but if not, I'll speed it up. And yeah. I did this outfit before, like in the last page of my old sketchbook, I did this one. Also, when I do try to post, if you guys have like a preferred video, if you like the draw with me videos, I can try to post more because I draw in my sketchbook quite often. I just obviously don't film it because sometimes it's nighttime. Actually, most of the time it's nighttime because in the daytime I try to do my school. I do online schooling, well, partially online. So a lot of days I'm at home, so I'm able to just do my school at whatever time as long as I complete it. Okay, I think that's good. And then we'll just do simple like flats. I like drawing this because it has a lot of interest without adding too much detail. Like, I feel like the outfit is pretty interesting and it's not like too chaotic, if you know what I mean. So I think I'm gonna do ladybugs on the shirt because I want some reds to be in this piece, because obviously the cover is more like red, orange, and stuff like that, which actually my old sketchbooks didn't have any of that. Like, it didn't have any like not pink colors, which this sketchbook is the first one. I think that's not pink at all. I mean, it has a little bit of pink here and here, but like mostly I chose my stickers that don't get as much love. And then I'll kind of need to look up a reference for this because I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's like basically how I hold my pencil is because it's supposed to be a pencil. But how do I do that? Maybe like that. Okay, if this was a post, I probably would have looked up a reference. But because it's just in my sketchbook, I don't really mind if it doesn't look the most anatomically correct. Okay. Also, I don't know when I'm actually gonna post this video, because editing takes a bit of time, so I don't know when this video will actually like get out or when I will edit it. So okay, so for the info I'm just gonna put my height, my age. Okay, I feel like that's good for the info page. And then for this, I'll just write things I love, which is pretty easy. Okay, now for the dislikes, it's also kind of easy. Don't like bugs. Okay, I think I finished. That's what it's looking like. And then I'll do the welcome to Brooke's sketchbook. So sketchbook number 7, I believe. Okay, I think that's a good general idea of how I want the layout. And then for here, I'm just gonna quickly do, I think I'm gonna do an apple instead of a strawberry this time. Even though like apples are not my favorite fruit like strawberries are, I really like how they look like in a page. Like I feel like they're typically tied with like whimsical stuff. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put down 4 goals and then I'll show you. Okay, so this is kind of the general layout that I want to go with. Can you see? Yeah, I think you see. That's kind of the vibes. So I guess now we'll line it. And I'm debating how I should go about this because there's a few different ways I color. I think I'll do some watercolor, mostly for the background, and then I'll mostly do acrylic, just so I can get an idea of how everything should be. And I think that should be fine. I'll get out the supplies and then be right back. Okay, I got my markers here, and then the lining that I'll use. Now, sometimes I'll erase a little bit just so my lines are a bit clearer, especially around the face. Because in my opinion, that's like the most important part. So I'll just like erase the smallest bit just so I have a little bit of a clearer image, which my sketch isn't that bad right now. So I didn't really need to do much. So I'll start with the face, which I don't know if I ever filmed myself lining before. Like I haven't filmed a lot of draw with me's. But the draw with me's that I have filmed, the draw with me's that I have filmed, I use like a different technique. So maybe I didn't, I don't know. Sorry, I kind of need to focus. So I'm trying not to talk too much. Anyways, I typically use markers anyways. That's probably one of my most favorite mediums if I'm like trying to have it look a little bit more finished. And then if it doesn't really matter, I'll use, what's it called? I'll use watercolors. Not necessarily if it doesn't matter, but like if it's not something that I want to spend a lot of time on. Which I don't mind spending time on the first page because I'm going to be opening up my sketchbook. Yeah, I think I might have messed up already. That's great. It's okay. I'll fix it eventually. Or if it doesn't get fixed, that's fine too. I realized that I'm not really a perfectionist with my art. Like if you've ever seen my digital art, if you follow me on Pinterest, I really don't. I leave a lot of lines, not necessarily unfinished, but like they're not like super clean because I don't like worrying about the small details and like getting the perfect line. Like I don't draw a line and then backspace a bunch of times. I just draw a line. If it looks like it goes, then I'll keep it. But I definitely don't do like more than 1 or 2 retries, which is perfectly fine if you do. Everyone works differently. So also, it's kind of fun to see how my style and like my aesthetic or how I do things like evolves over the different sketchbooks. Because like my first sketchbook, definitely not my first sketchbook, but like my first like legit sketchbook that I filmed and posted here on YouTube. I think that was the 4th one. And it was my most biggest one that I had. So that was kind of interesting, that one. For the sake of time, I might speed up a lot of this. So, I mean, obviously the parts where I'm talking, which is kind of random, will be the parts where you get like real-time footage. But I really don't want a extremely long video because it takes a lot to edit. So I'm liking how this looks so far, actually. It's not looking too bad. Okay, now that I kind of finished her, I'll erase it so that my hand doesn't smudge as I do this stuff. Okay, and I think I'll just line everything else off camera just so I can just get it done quickly and then we can move on to coloring. Either way, it's not really interesting, it's just doing these stuff, which is, like I said, not really that interesting. So yeah, I'll see you when I get to that. Okay, so I finished lining and everything, so now we just get to coloring, which I actually don't really know what colors to do. Obviously my hair's gonna be brown, my skin's gonna be like a peachy kind of ish color. I'll probably do a white shirt. These are gonna be red and maybe yellow, red and yellow, and then the undershirt, the undershirt can maybe be red as well. And then these can be white with red accents maybe. And then these leg warmers will probably maybe be white. And then these will either be red or pink. Or maybe I'll make them black, I don't know. And then obviously this will be red. And everything else will kind of go based off of the colors I choose here. So, now to actually choosing the markers, which is a bit messy sometimes, so I'll choose the markers and then I'll show them to you. Okay, so I chose the colors. And now I guess we'll just get to coloring, which I guess you'll see my actual coloring process because the other videos that I posted on this channel are like my coloring process, but it's like with a different technique that I don't normally use. And in that one I used color pencils, so I try really hard because sometimes it doesn't always dry completely, or when I erase it the ink doesn't come out as well, and so it streaks. So I try to, like, it smudges, so I try not to put so much pressure on my marker and leave it light so that if there is any uncured, I guess, marker, then it'll be fine. It won't smudge too bad, especially around the face, because that's arguably one of the most important parts. This is the first part that kind of shows my style the most and how I draw eyes. Also, I don't know if the audio is good. Like, I don't know if you can even hear me proper. I tend to talk a bit quieter, not on purpose, it just happens. I mean, when I talk to my siblings, they're always saying how loud I am. So, oopsies. See, that's what I mean. Which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Anyways, I've been told that I'm loud when I'm speaking, but I feel like I'm not that loud. But maybe it's because I'm filming, so I feel a bit more awkward. Not even just feeling a bit more awkward, I literally am more awkward in front of a camera, which I'm trying to like not be so overly conscious of the camera and kind of just draw as I normally would, but obviously I have to, I chose the wrong colors, so I'm gonna grab this one. I think this might be the right one. Yeah, this is the right one. What's your guys' favorite medium that you like to draw with? I mean, if you have one. I've seen a lot of people work with art text more often, which I have, like I think the pastel set, but it doesn't really have a lot of like wide range, so I really only use it for like details here and there. But like I've seen a lot of people, especially on YouTube, they use that medium a lot. But I find it a little bit nerve-wracking. I mean, I don't really like working with acrylics. I did have a set at some point, but I gave it away because I didn't use it. So now I just use alcohol markers, which I have a Huhu ones. I have the 150 set or something like that. I don't know how much is inside here, and then the 48 pastel set. So I have two of them, which they're quite old. They're not like brand new. So some of my most used markers are dying out. Like this one, for example, is dying out a little bit. So I use instead of using the fine tip, I use the broad, like, I feel like this is called the chisel tip, but it says broad here, so the broad. I use that one because I feel like it gets more ink out. Anyways, and then for the blush and other, like the second shade color, I use this one, which is called Fruit Pink. Yeah, I also have color pencils, but I don't use them too often because it's a massive set, like kind of big and long. It's a Prismacolor set, and it's like this big with like different layers, but it's hard to put it on my desk and draw at the same time because it's, like I said, it's big. And it has a lot of selection of color, which is nice. I'm not complaining about this size just because like I'm still grateful that I have them. I just don't use them too often because it's a bit inconvenient. But when I do, I like the result. I feel like it gives a really soft look to it, which is always nice. now I'm pretty much done with the skin. That's how I color. It's pretty loose. I don't focus too much on like where the light is coming from. I just do how I would see typically, like it was a front facing one or something. I shade here, I shade under things, I shade over things. So that's the main way I color skin. Now for the hair, I don't really have a good hair color. I'm gonna go in with this one, mahogany. I have a lot of dark ones, but not like the darkest shade ever. And my hair is not black, it's brown, but it's like a dark brown. So I can't really find an exact color match. This one's a bit more pink than my hair, but it is pretty nice. I like the shade of it, so that's why I use this one for my representation of hair. Sorry if there's any background noise. Somebody's making noise outside. I tried to film at times when my siblings are either out of the house or they're doing like their own task where they're just like doing a quiet task. So there's no background noise when I film. But of course that's not always doable. Even though like my family isn't extremely loud. I have three younger siblings, but two of them are more younger. But they still know like when to be quiet. They're not so loud unless their friends are over or something, which obviously I'm never gonna film when we have guests over because that's just, I can't do that. I don't know how people find things to say in these videos. Like I've watched a decent amount of Draw With Me's, but I always forget how like the angle they film in, or what they say during it, or if they speed it up or not. Like I watch Rin Spirit Art, her Draw With Me videos, and also, who else? I don't know if anybody else does like Draw With Me content like most of the time. It's mostly Rin Spirit Art that does like Draw With Me content the most. Also, I don't know if anyone's watching this, like actually watching. I feel like videos like this people just put on in the background, which I don't mind because I do the same thing. I just put it on in the background and then let it play because it's a long one. Because it's typically like long videos or like videos with mostly talking. Or if it's like an ASMR video of some sort, like a Draw With Me ASMR, I like to put it on the background while I draw. Because it just gives me some sort of company while I'm drawing, some sort of noise in the background. Because sometimes I don't always listen to music, even though that's like the most typical thing people do, is listen to music while they create, but sometimes I just don't feel like listening to music. So, yeah. Do you guys have a favorite genre that you like listening to? Especially when creating art, I feel like that genre is a bit different because it kind of influences how you draw, which is interesting to me. Like my art definitely has an impact when I'm listening, depending on what I'm listening to. So I mostly listen to Christian music. I listen to like a decent amount of different Christian artists that I enjoy, like especially Strings and Heart. Strings and Heart, Veil, those are the two main artists that I listen to probably the most. Just because I really like how they sound like. I really like their voice, their vocals, the instruments they use. But if you guys have any like recommendations, any other Christians in the comments, which I actually got some people saying they're also Christian, which I'm really glad that I'm catering to the proper audience. And if you're Christian, obviously you can, or if you're not Christian, you can obviously still watch my videos. But as a Christian, I want to talk about Jesus. I mean, I feel like any opportunity, like creative opportunity that shows up, even in school for my assignments, I always just, the topic will be Jesus, because like if it's an essay, I literally did an essay in high school. It was like supposed to be an argumentative one, and I was like, dude, argumentative essays suck. But like, then I realized, hey, I can make this about Jesus somehow. So I wrote why the Bible is relevant, even to people who aren't necessarily Christian. The Bible is still relevant. It's still a historical book. And I basically used the Bible as a source, which was kind of a cheat code. Like, I'm writing about the Bible and my source is the Bible. And I asked my teacher about that, and she's like, you kind of need to have something else too. So I ended up just writing about, obviously, the Bible, but I used other people like C.S. Lewis, who was an atheist at some point and then turned his life around and then became a very, not very well known, but he is known in some people know at least, in the Christian sphere talk. Okay, I'm debating whether I should turn this red or yellow. The undershirt, I mean, like the tank top. But anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah, my channel, I hope to make more videos. I mean, at the end of every one of my videos, I try to put a verse that I like, or that I highlighted, or that is relevant to the timing of the video. I try to do that because, obviously, if I have a platform of any sort, I try to give all the glory back to God, because that's how I have this opportunity, this ability to make art for people. I mean, that's like, it's very nice. It's very fun to have like some sort of community, I guess, especially on Pinterest, where I know for a fact that people are gonna view my art, even if it's just one person. It makes me happy to know that there's people that enjoy my art as much as I enjoy creating it. So I truly do appreciate all the support and any comment that I get. It's always so nice seeing other people interact with my work. Like, I would have never imagined that, especially when I started my account first off. Not my YouTube account, but my Pinterest account. When I first started that, I was not expecting to get a lot of attention, and I didn't for like the first year and a half, or yeah, probably the first year. I didn't get too many people, but I collabed with a lot of artists and joined a lot of DTIYS's, so I ended up getting followers that way. And yeah, it was pretty fun. It's pretty fun on there. I have some mutuals that I really enjoy talking with, making art with. And my art trades are open, obviously not. There's a limit, but I do like to do art trades sometimes, especially when I have art block, because those are the moments that I don't know what to draw. And so when I don't know what to draw, I'll just draw somebody's OCs or somebody's character. And it's like giving and getting back, because obviously you get art when you do an art trade. You're trading the art, which I find such a cool concept. Like, the first ever art trade I did, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. It's not even that a crazy concept, but I was like, this is so cool how I make art for one of my favorite artists, or I don't even know, and then they make art back. Like, that sounds like such a cool idea, especially because it's kind of like commissioning, but instead you also put in the work. And yeah, so if you want to do an art trade, I'm more than willing. I love doing art trades. it's a great way to, I guess, experiment sometimes, because sometimes I'm getting OCs that I wouldn't normally draw myself, or like characters that I wouldn't normally draw myself. So it's always fun. Okay, I said I was gonna add pink, but like, where do I add pink? I can do it here. On the hair clip. And then my pencil. After I finish coloring this girl, I think I'll just pause the recording and then finish coloring everything else, just because it's kind of boring to color these parts. I mean, maybe I'll talk, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure because it's not that interesting, like I said. Sometimes that's just how it is. And I don't want this to be a pain to edit, so I'm not trying to have an hour-long video or recording. Okay, I feel like this is actually a decent color palette. I'll probably color these something else. I don't know what though. I'm thinking maybe green striped, or maybe just plain green. But yeah, okay, let's just do green striped, because I feel like a full-on green might be too much, but a green striped. Oh, this it's green striped. That reminds me of strawberry shortcake. Okay, that's kind of perfect then. Okay, I'm glad I did that. It added, so that's good. Now that I kind of finished coloring this, I don't really add too much shading unless it needs it, unless I have the color. So, and I don't really think too much about it when I do, because I don't want to get too caught up in the details, you know, too lost in the sauce, if you will. I think that's good for the girl, and then I'll move on to this, which is pretty easy to color. I hope it's actually fine, like the quality is fine and everything like that. I hope it's not super poor. That would kind of suck. Another thing I wanted to note was in my last Meet the Artist, I literally loved seeing other Romanians in my comments. Like, that was actually my favorite. And even though I'm not like extremely fluent in Romanian, I still know like sentences and I understand it pretty well. I just can't speak it like very good. My pronunciation is kind of bad. But that's because I just didn't grow up speaking it. Like, my parents speak it all the time, but I was never taught how to speak it. I just learned by myself. Okay, I think I'll pause the video here, color these things that are less interesting, I guess, and then yeah, and then I'll probably start again when I'm doing the details and everything else. So okay, so I completed the coloring, the rest of the coloring, and I also colored with watercolor in the background, but it looks pretty grainy because I used my cheap ones because it's just in the back, so it's not like super good quality. But this is how it's looking currently. Oh, you couldn't even see it. Okay, this is how it's looking currently, and now my last step is pretty much just adding stickers. So that's what I'm gonna do now. That's what I have here. I have a few stickers. I have the Squishmallow one, I have a Strawberry Shortcake one, and then I have my sticker book, which has a few stickers in it. Actually more than a few. It has almost my whole collection. So now I'm just gonna quickly put these away and then we can actually get to sticker. Okay, now we can actually get to the sticker putting process. And then yeah, so I think I'll put I know for a fact that I have like stickers that would go with this in here, which is just the same sheet every single time. I think I got this for Christmas. My sister got it for me, but I think that she got it from Five Below because they have a lot of sticker sheets there. I'm gonna use this monkey somewhere. I'll put him here. I don't mind covering parts of my drawing because it's not like super detailed anyways. I like them because they're scratch and sniff, so you can smell them. This one smells like strawberry. Some of them, I don't know if each of them have a different scent, but I feel like they do. Like blueberry and strawberry. I don't know, they kind of smell similar. And of course I'll put Strawberry Shortcake herself because I'm literally matching outfits with her unintentionally, which I kind of find cute. I'll go put her here. Yeah, that's good spot. Scratch it a bit because it makes this page smell nice. Anyways, and then I think I'll look through here, which I color coded so I have like the pinks here. It's some of my stickers don't stick well to this, so I don't know if it's my sticker or this, that's the problem. But yeah, I did pinks, which I have a lot of pinks, and then I do red. So I have a decent amount of red ones as well that I can choose from. I kind of, oh, I can use one of these actually. It says pink and it's cherries. Where should I put this? I can put it here in the corner. Yeah, it's a good spot actually. Okay. And then I have a lot of Christmas ones, which because it's December, I guess I can place them. I think that kind of works actually. Works pretty well. Even though, obviously when I finish this, it won't be December. I still feel like it's fitting because I rarely get to use my Christmas stickers because of that. I don't know if I want to place this one actually. Yeah, I don't think so. I really get to use them because they're Christmas ones, they're seasonal ones, so I don't use them too often. That might actually, I think that'll be fine. Okay. Okay, so I think that was good for the red ones, and then I guess we can put some yellow ones as well, which I don't know what I would put. Maybe this little star one here. Am I in frame? Okay, I am. Yeah, I'm kind of. I'm kind of new to filming, obviously, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I really don't. I'm kind of just winging it, doing what I normally would, and then hope for the best. Put this here. It's a nice yellow. Okay, and then we have other ones. We can put Pom Pom Parent. It's kind of cute. I think he'll look nice here. Yeah. And I like to use a lot of my stickers. Like I know some people will get scared to use them because it's like a waste or whatever, but I feel like it's a bit more of a waste to not use them because then they're just like sitting in wherever spot you keep them in. It's a bit sad. So that's why I like using my stickers. I mean, of course, the ones that are like super ultra cute, I try to save more and be a bit more cautious about how I use it. I feel like this, there needs to be a bit more on this page. So we put it here. It's covering the S, but we all know what that says. Okay, I guess we can put one of these little Karopi drinks here. I feel like I need a big one there. Perhaps this one. Perchance. I don't know if it's too big. No, wait, it's kind of cute if I move this. What I like about the sticker book is you can just like stick them back. I mean, this one doesn't stick as well anymore, but like a lot of them, if I didn't want to use this, I can literally stick it back in here and it'll stay, which I like a lot. I think I just got it from Amazon, if anybody's curious. I don't know what it was called though, I just searched up sticker book and that showed up and I just clicked the first one. I think I'm done with sticker putting. I didn't even end up using the Squishmallow ones. That's right. Now, for the like actual last step is I go over and like create kind of an outline to make it stand out. So I need to make sure I'm in frame. Okay. Just double checking every now and then so that I know that y'all can see me, or else it's kind of a waste. I think this is a glittery pen. That's red, but it kind of looks pink. It's like a pink red, I guess. Yeah, this is always one of my like favorite steps, cause it's like, I don't know, it just pulls everything together. And I forgot to add the highlights, I just remembered. Which I'll do that soon after I do this. Okay, and with that, I am actually officially done. Oh wait. Sorry, that was a bit loud. Okay, I just add the highlight in my eyeballs. And add some in here, because I don't really do that when I'm coloring already. And then my shoes. Oh, just not a good one. Some of the shoes, and yeah, I think that's probably it actually. Add some here so that it adds some flavor. Okay, now I'm actually done. This is the finished page in all its glory. Kind of curious how it looks like. I'm gonna get my old sketchbook and then compare it. Okay, old one, and then new one. I feel like I can see the improvement definitely. The old one, I feel like I spaced it out a lot more. Like I had a lot more space around in general, and it's definitely more pink. Oh, I didn't add my cat. Oh man. Okay, hold up actually. I'm actually gonna look for a black cat because I need to add him here. Okay, I'll be back when I place one, and then we're actually done for real. Okay, the only one is this one, and it's so tiny. It's a black cat. I do have a cat sticker sheet. I think I got this from Minnesota, but none of them are really black. I mean, if you had a white belly, but he doesn't. Okay, well, he's in there, kind of. So there is the finished piece. Thank you all for watching. Don't know when my next video will be, but if it's gonna be soon, I guess you'll see a video. And with that, there is the end of the video. Thank you again for watching, and have a blessed day. Bye!